You know, folks, relationships can be tough. We all mess up sometimes, say or do the wrong thing and hurt the ones we love. When that happens, a sincere apology can be a powerful step towards healing and rebuilding trust. But here's the thing, apologizing the right way can be tricky. There are pitfalls you need to avoid, things you should never do when you're trying to make things right with your spouse. Because a bad apology? Well, that can be worse than no apology at all. Over the next few minutes, we're going to dive deep into the 12 biggest mistakes people make when apologizing to their spouse. We're going to break down why these approaches backfire, and most importantly, what you can do instead to make sure your apology is heard loud and clear. So if you're ready to learn how to apologize in a way that truly mends your relationship, stick with me. Let's get started. Look, when you've messed up, the absolute worst thing you can do is try to justify your actions. Saying things like, well, if you hadn't, or I only did it because, is a surefire way to make your spouse feel like you're not really listening. It's like you're saying their feelings are invalid, that they don't have a right to be upset. That's a recipe for disaster. Instead, own your mistake. Accept responsibility. That's the first step to a genuine apology. Let me be crystal clear. Sex is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. You can't just hop into bed and expect that to erase everything you've done wrong. Trying to seduce your way out of an apology is manipulative and disrespectful. It's like you're saying your needs are more important than your partner's hurt feelings. Shifting blame is a cowardly move. When you point fingers and say it's your spouse's fault you messed up, you're refusing to take responsibility for your actions. Remember, you're not a child anymore. You're an adult, and adults own their mistakes. Blaming your spouse only adds fuel to the fire and makes it harder to move forward. Chapter 4. Don't send in the reinforcements. Sending friends or family members to apologize on your behalf is a huge no-no. It's like you're trying to avoid a confrontation, and that just screams that you're not taking this seriously. If you're truly sorry, you need to face your spouse yourself. A real apology is personal and heartfelt, not delivered through a third party. Chapter 5. Don't minimize their feelings. Never, ever belittle your spouse's feelings. If something you did hurt them, it doesn't matter if you think it's a big deal or not. What matters is that they're hurting. Telling them they're overreacting or being too sensitive is invalidating and disrespectful. Instead, try to see things from their perspective and acknowledge the pain you caused. Chapter 6. Don't bring up past grievances. This isn't the time to dredge up old arguments or past mistakes. Bringing up the past will only make things worse and derail any chance of a productive conversation. Focus on the present issue. Address the current hurt you caused and leave the past in the past. Chapter 7. Don't apologize publicly. Posting a public apology on social media might seem like a grand gesture, but it's often the opposite of sincere. It can feel like you're more concerned with looking good to others than you are with actually making amends with your spouse. A true apology happens behind closed doors. It's a private conversation between you and the person you hurt. Chapter 8. Don't brush it under the rug. Don't assume that just because your spouse loves you, they'll automatically forgive you and forget about it. Sweeping things under the rug only leads to resentment and unresolved issues. Address the issue head-on. Have an honest conversation about what happened, how it made each of you feel, and how you can move forward together. Chapter 9. Don't try to buy forgiveness. You can't buy your way out of a heartfelt apology. Showering your spouse with gifts or doing a bunch of chores might seem like a good idea, but it can actually backfire. True healing comes from a place of genuine remorse and a willingness to change your behavior, not from material possessions. Chapter 10. Don't apologize with an attitude. Saying things like, "Fine, I'm sorry, are you happy now?" completely defeats the purpose of an apology. A grudging or sarcastic apology is worse than no apology at all. You need to be sincere. Let your spouse know that you understand the pain you caused and that you genuinely regret your actions. Chapter 11. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't let your ego get in the way of a sincere apology. Waiting until your spouse is at their breaking point is a recipe for disaster. If you've messed up, apologize sooner rather than later. The longer you wait, the more damage you do to your relationship. Chapter 12. Apologize the right way. A sincere apology is a powerful thing. It can heal wounds, rebuild trust, and strengthen your bond, but it has to come from the heart. Acknowledge your mistake, take responsibility, and let your spouse know that you understand how your actions affected them. Commit to doing better and mean it. That's how you truly make things right. Outrow a sincere apology goes a long way. Remember folks, we all make mistakes. It's part of being human. But it's how we handle those mistakes that truly defines us. When you apologize to your spouse, do it with your whole heart. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't try to buy forgiveness or sweep things under the rug. A genuine apology can make all the difference in the world. So take the high road. Swallow your pride and apologize the right way. Your relationship is worth it.